made it beat, by the way.
What's going on, y'all? It is another episode of The Corner. As you can see, we're missing a couple cast members. Silk, he's sick actually, which is kind of bad because his anniversary is like 2 days.
Damn.
So yeah, he was supposed to enjoy his anniversary weekend with his wife. So yeah, we just we just hope you get better, bro. Anthony, we're assuming he's on the way. We don't know yet. You know, shit happens. You know, life happens. So it is what it is. But this is another episode of The Corner. This is episode 28.
28.
And this episode is You Pay for Your Friends? So with that topic being said, man, it can be pushed a lot of different ways, man. You know, it could be to where people are actually paying for people to be around them, which that is pretty much a real thing. And you could just really more so just be paying for someone's time, someone's image, someone's, you know, just whatever it is around them that, you know, you want from them, but you're not there to actually be there, you know, as their friend or for their friendship. Mm-hmm. So we're going to jump into it, man. Like I said, again, it's episode 28. You pay for your friends. So let's get into it, man.
Interesting thing. I guess an interesting thing where I want to, open up.
Oh, that hit right.
Oh, you see?
Oh, that hit my soul.
Go ahead. Hey, that's like good stuff.
Yeah.
That's our corner exclusive. Man. Y'all don't know nothing about that yet. But, so, I guess an interesting thing how I want to open up with, you know, paying for your friends. I guess first, the direction I want to go with that is, like you made mention, paying for people's service, you know, essentially. I don't recall being in that situation very often, if at all. But I think I could really, I think I could recall a couple of times as far as, you know, like, and I spoke about this earlier, you know, being at functions, only because, you know somebody that knows somebody that knows somebody.
And that was the thing back when he was coming up.
Yeah. Yep, and that was the thing, when we was in middle school and high school, you know, house parties were the thing, you know, there were the clubs before we were legal to go into clubs.
Exactly.
You know, you would get wind of it, you know, you hear it through the school halls, and then the way it's messed up how the rank system works in the school, but if you were lucky enough, you would get an invitation. You know, if you was in that position, you'll get the invite, you know, whatever, or somebody hit you up on MySpace, you know, and
for some of y'all don't know.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, for my old heads out here.
Yeah, way before Facebook.
Man, you know, somebody hit you up on MySpace and say, hey, party at such and such, and you was in there. You know, that was if you were popping. But, you know, for the people that played in the background, you would catch wind of it. And if you were lucky, you would know somebody that knew somebody that was throwing the party. And, you know, you would get invited by way of them. Yeah. Not necessarily the host of the party. So, because I like to think, you know, like pay for your friends. You know, like I said, we can split it in different ways, you know, because payment, you know, just currency doesn't always have to be money, you know, things like that. Just by way of invite, you know, just by way of, you know, being a face at a function, you know.
Because, I mean, just like you were saying, man, I'll explain real quick. The tiering system, as he so-called like to say.
It's always a system, man. It's a system. It's always been a system.
So, man, you know, if you've been to school, man, you always know there's different, you know, different classes of people or whatever.
Yeah.
So, you know, you had your proper kids, you had your athletes, you know, you had your in-betweeners, which was kind of us, and then you had, you know, the nerds, then you had the lames, you had the goth people. Like, it was different tiers, and, you know, luckily, you know, with us, we were able to get in between all of them. So, you know, that's why we call this the corner, because everybody hit our spot at some point. Whether you was here, there, wherever, you know, we were cool with everybody.
Oh, yeah.
So, you know, but with that being said,
so I'll continue. So, like where I left off, you know, currency can be in different ways. Like I say, it can be through money, or you can just be soliciting time, you know, to be there. I can honestly say, of the many house parties that I've been to, you know, that I've been invited to, you know, majority of them has been invited by somebody that knew somebody. Very few I was actually personally invited to.
Unless we had actually was actually in our little set.
Exactly. And, you know, so I can speak on where I was invited by way of, you know, of somebody else, you know, of other people. Not too many people I knew. There was maybe like a splash of people that I knew.
Right.
You know, otherwise, I was just an outsider. You know, I just happened to get in somehow.
Right.
But, you know, all in a while, we've had a good time and things like that. But towards the end, I knew what it was. You know, towards the end, like, this wasn't, you know, they don't be in the corner, like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
This ain't my real friends.
This ain't my real friends. You know, we don't talk about the same topics that, you know, me and my partners do.
Yeah.
Like, we don't talk about, I guarantee you a majority of them did not know what Dragon Ball Z was. Or at least, you know.
That's a funny story.
What? Oh, okay. Gotcha. Good. Yeah.
Go ahead.
Put a pin on that one. Yeah.
Mm.
So, I guarantee you they didn't know half of the shit that I would watch, you know, and then I would talk about with my friends, you know. So paying for your friends, like I said, comes in many different ways. And the question, you know, it's funny. There's a Kendrick Lamar track on "To Pimp a Butterfly." Great album. How much a dollar costs, and. Excuse me. It you know, now with that song, it's a different direction. You know, how much does a dollar really cost? You know, could it cost you your life, or could it cost you in abundance in your life? You know, a shortcut. Like, the premise of that song was how much a dollar costs. The story Kendrick was rapping about. There was this homeless guy that was sitting in the corner. He was like pretty much having conversations with the guy. You know. Homeless guy saying, "Hey man, how much does a dollar cost?
Mm-hmm.
You know, do you have a dollar? You know." And Kendrick, being in his prime or whatever, in his rich, he's just like, "Man, I ain't got no money for you. You know, I made it out the hood. Why can't you? You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, you know, saying things like that. All in a while, you know, the homeless guy is like, you don't know who I am, do you? You know, you kind of see where it's kind of going. You don't know who I am, do you?" He's like, "Nah, I don't." You know, and pretty much the premise was like, well, hey, you know, this whole time you've been talking to the messenger of God, you know, the Messiah, you know, things like that. And because of how you've acted with money and with that dollar, that cost you your spot, you know, to eternal life. That's crazy story. It was a beautiful story, to be honest with you, but that kind of puts in the perspective of, you know, a lot of these house parties I would go, I really didn't really be wanting to go, but because I've wanted to be in the crowd, you know what I'm saying, in the in crowd so much, I was like, yeah, I feel uncomfortable being in this crowd, but you know what? If it's gonna boost my popularity up a little bit, even by a little bit, I'm going.
True.
But the risk in that is, okay, you go there, you end up not having a good time anyways. You know what I'm saying? Now, this hasn't happened to me, but, you know, hypothetically, you know, you being my best friend of double-digit years, you know, we had something planned for that weekend, but I got invited to this party, and I know it's gonna be jumping.
Right.
I tell you, hey man, I would like to, man, but you know, I got chores to do, and I'm lying. You know, like I gotta clean up the house,
Right.
and cut the grass, or whatever. You know what I'm saying? I ain't really gonna be able to do too much, and then I gotta be with my dad. You know how that goes. I'm gonna be out all day. You know what I'm saying? I tell you this stuff, you're like, well, damn, all right, you know, whatever. I guess. Now you feeling a certain way about it. I know I am because I just lied to you. But I'm trying to hit this party though, because I know it's gonna be. I know this party's gonna be. It's gonna. You know, people are gonna know me.
Right.
People are gonna know me. Get to the party. People don't know me. People don't talk to me. I'm hugging this wall. I'm not having a good time. And then that's my Saturday night. Not only is that my Saturday night, I've potentially cost my friendship. You know, I've put my friendship over. Well, I put my potential popularity over my friendship. You know, with somebody that's solid. You know, that like no matter, you know, didn't give a damn about popularity. It's a solid dude. You know, I've put that on the line. I was risking that. You know, like I said, this didn't happen in real life, but I'm just, you know, painting the picture of, you know, how much, you know, going back with how much does the dollar cost? How much does this, you know, friendship? How much does this friendship cost? You know, am I willing to lose one to potentially gain 1,000? You know, that's that risk that I gotta put on the table, because what if I don't gain nothing at this party at all? And then I lose one. I lose a great one, you know. Even if I were to gain that popularity at the party, I still lost one that had meaning, you know what I'm saying, that had substance. You know, that had me the reason that, you know, that I look forward to going to school, you know, and talking to on the bus, and talking to in the corner, and things like that. You know, a lot of people didn't really, of course, because we was in school, we ain't thinking about that. You know, majority of people aren't thinking about that, but you know, a lot of people get so fixated in, you know, just being seen. You know what I'm saying? People just get fixated on being seen just because this is the most popular venue and a whole bunch of faces are going to be there, and then I just got to be part of that environment. You know, and even, you know, and to bring it home, people would be willing to accept allowances, you know, to just have their face seen somewhere. Like what you was talking about earlier when we was opening up, you know, celebrities will pay people just to be around them. And I've never heard of that before. You know, he had brought it up to me. I've never heard of that before, but he made it aware of, what was the two actresses from ATL, right? The twins. Come to find out, you know, they're friends of the Kardashians. But how he was explaining it to me was, the Kardashians, whoever one of the sisters, you know, they pay them to be around her or the whole group or whatever. You know, and they get paid just to be seen. Now, you know, one will say, well, I mean, shit, that's an easy job. And I will agree with you on that, but you know, that's still soliciting your time, and you know, just to be an extra in somebody's life. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's really worth all of that. You know, it's really worth that just to be there, and then because they're still not your friends. Yeah, they're paying you. You know, you on payroll, just like any other job. They can fire you.
So,
you know, they can fire you anytime and find new extras. You know, so it's like, you know, how much does that dollar really cost when it comes to, you know, paying for friends?
Right.
And like we mentioned, they could go in different directions, but that's that was a crazy opener. But yeah, that's what I wanted to open up with when I think of paying for your friends. You know, with the direction that you have brought us into.
Gotcha. I mean, he definitely made some good points, man. Because I mean, this was all what the topic was about. Just what is it that you're trying to obtain, and what is it you're trying to gain. Like I said, it doesn't necessarily have to be monetary value or anything like that. It's just to have your face in the presence of that fame or that popularity. Whatever, just to get known or whatnot. So, like I can speak on a lot of what he said. Just going to these certain parties and stuff like that. Like these people didn't really know us or care to really know who we were.
Yeah.
So it would just be more so, you tag along, you come to the party, you see all these people, you know everybody's name, but nobody knows you. And
that's tough.
Yeah, it's real tough. And then you're over there like, hey, what's going on, man? And whatever. They're like,
what's up?
What's up? Keep going what you're doing or whatever.
Yeah.
Then the person that invited you is gone somewhere, and then you're just like, damn, well, okay, all right. We go out here and try to fend for myself or whatever.
Yep, social battery ran out.
Right. Because, I mean, popularity, for most people, I think popularity was a very big thing or whatever. You just want to be, person that people looked up to or whatever. Mm-hmm. So, I will say with us, we just got to the point where we just stopped trying to conform. But, it's like, it was one of those things like you stopped, but you really never stopped. It was just like one of those things like you had your thing going on, but if something was better, you could get into like, yo, so let me see what's going on over there. Because, like, me and him, we both played football or whatever. Yeah. And, of course, I loved football or whatnot. But, I think for me, at least I'm just going to say for me, I got into it because I wanted to get more notoriety. I wanted people to actually see, hey, who this person was or whatever. I wanted to get out there in that field and people knew who my name was. Mm-hmm. Because, I mean, we worked our ass off, like, during trainings and stuff like that just to, get seen and, be that big part of the team or whatever. But, people were just at a higher scale than we were. People were either so popular or people had their parents putting money into the team. Like, they were getting that shine. They was getting that face value or whatever. Yeah. And, and just going back to, what we said about, just, celebrities, you can even kind of translate it over just to social media or whatever. Like, hell, this show, we're trying to reach people, whatever. Yeah. We might not even end up knowing, in these people if we end up getting big like that. But we're vying, and we want you to see us, want you to see what we got going on, because we feel like what we have to offer is something that you might want. Right. So, that's just the big thing about paying for your friends, because I've seen it where people, have hung around people just for the pure fact of, hey, they're doing something big. If I hang around this person long enough, maybe I can do something big too. Mm-hmm. And that's just kind of how that cookie crumbles as far as, just trying to pay for acceptance. That's the biggest thing, paying for acceptance. That's the biggest thing from it.
Got you.
But there was a movie that came out a little while ago. Justin Timberlake starred in it. It was called In Time. And
underrated movie.
Man, very underrated. Like, if you haven't seen it, you need to see. Like, it has a deeper message than what people think. I don't care if you like Justin Timberlake or anything like that. Like, you watch that movie, like, it's pretty deep. So, in the movie, their time or their life force was in their arm. So, I'm talking about going to work, hey, time put in, buying something, time put in, just every time they, try to do things or whatever in the world or pay for things in the world, they had to give their time away. Now,
that was the currency too.
Yeah, that was the currency. And sometimes, people feel like that. I know sometimes I feel like that. Having a punch a clock, give you 8 hours of my time today. Yeah. Now I need to go spend this little time I got left on, the real side or whatever. But anyways, I say all that to say, that movie was all about giving your time away. And that's what people fail to realize is, don't put time into people that don't matter. Word. And I say that strongly. I'm not trying to say that, politely or anything like that. Like, don't put your time into people that don't deserve that time. Because if you give that time to them, they drain you. So therefore, you're more so paying for them to be around you when you don't need them to be around you. You're giving them all this time, you're giving them all this life force when they don't deserve it. And that's just a big part of paying for your friends. You can't keep doing that to yourself. But that's my tidbit on that one.
And it could, and it don't even have to be deep like that. It could be something as simple as, like, my golden rule, as far as, like, we could take it as simplest as far as, paying for somebody, if you happen to go out or, go somewhere and, somebody doesn't have money or whichever, right? Um, my golden rule is always has typically always been, if I'm inviting you out, I'm typically gonna take on the tab.
You talking about female or just like?
No, it could be anybody.
Okay.
It could be female, and if me and you were to go somewhere, like, hit a bar or something, like, if I invite you out, I'm gonna help you out. Yeah, if you ain't got it, yeah. What's that?
Yeah, I got you. No. Keep it, man. I got you. I'm gonna combat that. Go ahead.
You gonna combat it?
Go ahead.
Man, go ahead and say what you gotta say.
I'm just go ahead, man.
Anyways, but there are instances where you have this friend, or whether it's your associate or somebody you're courting, I guess, and they always don't have the money.
Always?
Well, I won't say majority of the time that y'all hang out, don't always have it.
You ain't around me then.
Hey.
Majority of the time you ain't got it?
Majority of the time. And it just goes back, but it does go back to what you say, don't give time to people that don't deserve it, because they're gonna drain you of your time and your resources. So it can be translated to simplest forms of that. So but yeah, what you had to you checked.
No, you good. I'm just you good. I was
Gotcha.
saying vent hit me up. I thought I heard the door.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
So when it comes to hanging out with your friends or anything like that, now for a female, yeah, if I ask a female to come out, blah blah blah, I'm expecting to pay for her, especially if I'm quote unquote courting her. Then yeah, I'm going to pay for her or whatever. Now if I got my homies coming out or whatever, and just say for instance, like I'm not gonna invite you out if I know you ain't got it. If I know you ain't got it, okay, dog, you stay at the crib. I understand you ain't got it on you.
Right,
now,
yeah.
if I bring it now, he knows me better than that because I paid for some of my friends one time if I've had it.
Yeah.
But if I ain't got it, hey, bro, you gonna have to fend for your own. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, whatever, I'm not gonna peer pressure anybody to come out like, yo, man, I'm about to hit up this bar or whatever. Come through. Hey, man, I ain't got it like that. Like, it's all right, dog. Come on, nah.
Yeah.
Like, I really want to make sure we all having fun. I don't want somebody to come out and they just like, okay. I ain't really got it on me like that. So, I just get these little $5 little chicken bites.
Right, and some water.
Right. Just so,
No, I'm sorry. Water with a lemon.
Water with a lemon. Don't forget sugar packets.
There you go. If
But,
you know.
Yeah, man, I'm trying to tell you. But, for me, like, yeah, if I got it or whatever, yeah, then more so, yeah, I'm gonna do it. Like, but I think I look at it more of a family thing.
Yeah.
For me, like, I got families coming out with me, I know, and my family member happens to not have it. Oh yeah, I got you, blah blah blah. But I'm not trying to make it a continuous thing. Like every time we go out, I'm paying for you. Like, nah, bro. Yeah. Like at this point in the game, you got some time in. Like you took a lot of time, and I need you to recoup some of that.
Yep. But time is the hardest thing to buy back, man.
Man, I'm trying to tell you. But I've never been the type of man that's. I'll just say for me, I've never been the type of man that's taking a female out or whatever. I'm courting you. I want you to come out with me. I want to spend some time with you. I want to get to know you, blah, blah, blah. I'm going to put that time, put that money in or whatever. But, just to say, this is change it up, whatever. If it's a female friend, that's my friend, my actual friend. And we like, hey, let's go to the movie or whatever. Cool. You want to go halfsies? Hell yeah, let's go halfsies. Like do stuff like that or whatever. Like that's cool. Like I ain't really got like that, but you want to go half? Yeah, let's do that.
Make it happen.
But that's the only way I'm doing it. But if it's becoming a recurring thing, like every night I try and hang out and I gotta pay for it, it's like, hey, bro, I can't keep doing this, man. Draining my pockets, fam.
I think I really wouldn't call this combating, but let's say, let's go back with, if I'm courting somebody, I'm 100% with you, especially if I invite her out, I'm picking up the tab, you know what I'm saying? Unfortunately, in this day and age, shit is expensive. Shit has gotten expensive. Nah, I'm not using that as an excuse because if I still got it, I'm gonna make it happen. But you know, you add that, and you got this new wave of, you know, do I really want to say that word?
Might as well. Think about it. Say it.
Independent women. That that, that says they're independent. They got they about they bag. They be about their bag, right? On the 10th date, I'm like, hey, little mama. I mean, hey. I just said, like I said, I don't mind paying the bill, but hey, you know, I ain't telling you don't have to tag in, you know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing stopping you, right? Because you know you independent, you know, you about your bag, right? and then that'll be on the case that if she's inviting me out. She's inviting me, you know, because most likely if I'm inviting somebody out to a place, you know, it's somewhere that I'm familiar, you know, that I like going out to that they've never been to. Then I would pick up the tab, you know, things like that.
I probably only had 2 women that's picked up tab, but it was for a special occasion, just because of my birthday. But
okay,
I never just had one just like, oh, don't worry about it, I got it, blah blah. You know, but I get what you're saying though.
You know, I've had a couple of occasions where it was like that, where it's just like, no, don't worry. I was like, and listen, you know, this is me like card ready to hit the table. No, don't worry, baby, I got it. I was like, really? Are you sure? Before this card hit this table,
I already pulled it out.
You know what I'm saying? Before I'm about to go run to Boston, for all my space player. Like, I'm about to slap this thing on this table. Are you sure? Don't worry. I recall the time. We went to Dave & Buster's. You know, before we played the games, you know, we ate at one of the spots, one of the restaurants. Now, of all the people that know Dave & Buster's prices, you know, when it comes to food, it's not super expensive, but it's not cheap.
It's like Applebee's prices, give or take. Because, you know, the mountain nachos is pretty cheap. That's big ass.
I'll give you that, but we was ordering meals, though. You know, yeah. We was ordering meals. You know, I had my meal. I had a nice meal. She had hers and things like that. And after this, we were still supposed to play games. You know, so it's the shit that we had ordered. You know, I was like, hey man, I don't know if we gonna have enough for a pinball game, you know, for the skee ball game. So we got done. We got the tab. You know, of course, naturally, the waitress gives me the receipt. I look at it. I died a little bit inside, but you know, of course, I was like, man, look, man, I got it. But I had it at the time, so I had it. I was like, man, hey, whatever, man. Hey, it's better to have it than not need it, right? You know what I'm saying? So I'm telling you, I'm getting ready. I'm taking this card. The card is out. The card is getting ready to hit this table. No, don't worry, I got it. I was like, got what? I got this ticket. Don't worry about how much it costs. I was like, you sure you want to see this receipt? Because I mean, it's not Papa Do's prices, but it was borderline there.
So we talking.
It was borderline Papa Do's.
Papa Do's, you just continue.
Yeah, I remember spending the ticket for that. And I had it, but I was like, shit. So,
forgets a hot ticket.
Man, yeah, that's my highest one I've ever. Yeah, but anyway, so I was like, you sure you want it? Are you sure? My card is out. It's out. It's ready. It's ready to go. She was like, no, don't worry, I got it. And she, sure enough, got her card, handed it to the waitress, and was like, okay, well, hey, I'll be right back. I was like,
I'm gonna say as a man, she would have got my drawers.
No, she got the drawers tonight. She got it tonight.
Y'all don't get it, man. We appreciate shit like that. We don't ask for it, but
we don't ask for it.
It's like, yo, we just pull out the Calvin Klein. It's like,
hey, yeah. Like The whole thing, man.
And that's another good topic that we can expand on like later down the line.
ETP, FTB. You figure those letters out.
I'm gonna throw this out here real fast, like, bruh. So, like, I know this is way off topic, but you got women, they'll go out with a man and he pay everything or whatever, and then she's like, "Oh, I hope you don't think you get any." Now on our side, if you paying for the bill, you like, "Shawty, where you want me to drop it at?" Like, yo,
man, yeah. Listen, that was like the greatest feeling that. That's about the greatest feeling that, if for the women that say men don't express what they like, this is like top 3, and it's not 3. Straight up.
Oh man,
that's top 3, and it's not 3. Like that's that. What y'all say? What turns you on? That's non-sexual.
That's
that right there.
That's one of them.
That's one of them.
Hey, look, dropping it off. We gotta get a pill if we need to. Like, hey, man, it's coming.
Yeah, facts.
Oh man,
it's coming.
So let me throw this scenario out real quick. It's still on topic or whatever. Okay. So what would you do if you taking a female out and she bring her friends, and she expects you to pay for her friends?
She expects me to pay for her friends.
Yep.
Then both of those friends, we gotta figure out some kind of exchange too, then, because especially if I don't know her friend either. I don't know her friend. No, yeah, we gotta form some sort of unionship. I'm kidding. But seriously. But I don't know. I've never been in that situation before where I was expected to. That's tough. Expected to pay for a friend too?
Yeah.
I mean, it's one thing if I do it out of the kindness of my heart. You know what I'm saying? Just out of my character.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm expecting to pay for a friend too? I've never been in that position before. I don't think I would subscribe to that either. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, hey. I mean, if we're at a place where it's something that's the only time that would have to be where I would do that, to be honest with you, is I just I got it like that, or if we're at something that's not expensive, like maybe like for example like bowling or something. I can see doing something like that if we're going bowling or something, but it ain't expensive. It depending on how many games you're playing too.
Yeah.
Like bowling, that's not too bad. I would do something like that, for something like that. But now something extravagant, like I said, the only option for me to do it is if I had it and I'm just being generous.
Yeah. But
I'm not expecting my girl to put that type of responsibility on me. Especially if I'm trying to have a nice night with my girl. She just so happy.
It could be someone you just first date.
I would never be in that. Hell no. My first date, I gotta pay for you. The woman that I'm trying to court and her friend. No.
I've seen it.
No.
And I bring that all up to bring it around to as far as gold diggers. So
okay.
and I bring that up because how I talk about leeches and giving undue time and stuff into people.
Yeah. So
that can be a thing. You can have someone draining you of your money that really don't want nothing to do with you, but you keep pouring into them.
They just want to because of what you can do for them.
Yep.
Don't ask what your country can do for you. What can you do for your country? I get it. Sometimes I get it in that sense, but for this particular topic. No. I'm not even gonna sugarcoat that, man. Cause now it's like, who am I trying to impress? You know what I'm saying? Well, I'm just trying to show people that I got it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
But that's all about paying for your friends. Just because you have to give or whatever, people just clinging on to that because you have to give.
Nah, man. It goes back to that quote. It's not what the country can do for you, but it's what you can do for your country. Because you know, it's just I'm a believer of that. You know, what you put in, you get back, tenfold, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not. Don't let it be my first date, and then I got I got to pay both for you and your friend.
Mm-hmm.
If that's the case, I'm courting both of y'all. And that we gonna have to form some sort of unionship. And nah, if we really gonna do this, nah, we doing this.
Am I getting one or two cheeks? Y'all
Yeah. Oh, hey, we gonna have to figure something out because I'm damned if I do that on the first day and then the second day come around, she ain't there. She ain't there. It's only one of y'all. Nah, I'm gonna need both y'all to be in attendance. I need both sets of antennas on the table.
Mm-mm.
Like, nah, but like I said, I've never been in that position before where I was, dating somebody and paying for a friend for something. But like I said, only time I'll find that acceptable if it's something that's really not expensive. And, I'll throw another one. If that person really didn't have it, and they really do want a good time and I have the ability to provide that for that person, I wouldn't mind doing that. And I don't really too much expect, a reimbursement or anything, because I believe in giving and not really expecting to receive, because unexpected gifts are the best gifts, of life. You know what I'm saying? Unexpected money is like the best type of money like that you can ever get. It could be $1, man.
There's that $20
You feel me? Like, man, like going through your laundry, you find a $5. Like, you was just chilling there the whole time.
Man, I go get this 4 for 4 now.
Hey, man, and I could get extra sauce, man.
Facts.
So, that would be that situation. That would be the only time I would be willing to do something like that. But don't bring a friend and expect me to do that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I feel as though it's something that we would have to talk, because you just come out of nowhere. I'm expecting to just have a date with me and her, and then she pulls up with her friend, and she ain't got no money.
Cause at the end of the day, man, it's all about good intentions. Like, if the person themselves didn't normally know, like, they weren't gonna have enough in this, situation like that, then fine, okay, sure, I got a little extra, I can pay for you too, whatever.
Right.
But that's why it's different between a series of situations versus a one-off.
Right.
If you had a one-off situation, you just, hey, I'm sorry, I didn't have enough. You might give me for rest up, sure, I got you. But every time I take you out, or every time you and all these other people come out, I'm always paying for the whole crew.
See,
that's an issue in itself.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what the whole topic itself just boils down to. What are you putting into people? Like, how, who is really there for you and who really isn't there for you or whatnot. As far as when it comes to who your friends are.
Mm-hmm.
Because I've had people I went to bat for. I've been there, for everything they had, supported them in everything they do, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And then for some reason, hey, no, I'm no longer of value. It's like, whoa, wait a minute, I did this, that, and the third for you. What's going on or whatever? Yeah. And then next thing you know, you're diminished, and then now you're less than. You end up giving your time, your energy to someone that you just ran with.
Yeah.
So that's definitely that's hot, man.
And it's hard to build. It's hard to build back up too.
Very much so.
I mean, of course, with anything, with time, everything will build back up. You have to build yourself back up to value, and then you just have to learn not to, solicit what's valuable to you, which is time. It's always gonna be time. It took me a while to realize that, because we got everything else going on, and we just feel as though, everything is just money driven, which I understand. Money isn't everything, but it's one hell of a down payment. Time is more valuable than money, but like I said, that's a down payment for some time that you can get, of anything: food, rent, mortgage, anything else, anything that you could think of that that would equate equate with time being borrowed back, or I guess time being well spent. But you know, everything is just money driven, and a lot of people lose focus on what matters most. Me being one of them. You know, I'm just like, man, if I'm not at work, if I'm not making money at work, or if I'm not doing these side hustles, I'm not making money. I'm not making money or anything. And then of course, being a dad now, I'm just like, man, I need money. But my daughter needs my time too. You know?
Big thing.
If we could get lost, with that. I haven't found myself lost in that yet. Hopefully I don't. I mean, I'm sure it will be a time where I'm pitted to where I gotta choose between her and this money that I can potentially make to buy back at least try to put a down payment on some of the time that I've lost with her. That'll be tough. That's gonna be a tough decision to make. But sometimes you gotta make tough decisions. I guess to bring it back with spending your time with friends, or spending your time with friends. Like I was speaking about with the hypothetical story, for me going to the party over, chilling with my homies. Ooh, don't draw a blank. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Okay, I got it. I got you. Me, choosing a party, between my homies, and had I lost that friendship, all the time that we have built up, to get to where we are, all of that is gone from one night, from one dumb decision, that you felt was more important, was more valuable. Me thinking that the party was more important to me than game night, with my home, being on the Xbox on the big screen TV, playing Halo. That's the type of time that you won't be able to buy back, because all this, before that, leading up to what you thought was more important, you've built that up. You've built that time. You've built, some rapport with that. A lot of stuff you can't change. You can't, like Kevin Hart would say, you can't make this shit up.
Yeah.
And then, it just all draws back with one decision, of risking it just for a moment of, pleasure, in a sense. Mental pleasure, mental stimulation, the party scene, you're around a lot of people, you see a lot of possibles, so you get a lot of dance from, because we was thinking that was a big thing before we was having sex. Getting twerked on, that was the biggest thing, man. Like, nothing could touch that.
Well, you hear 19 and 2000 go off.
Man, oh yeah, they dashing to the floor.
Boy.
Yep, and then, well, I mean, shoot, it was anytime Pretty Ricky came on, that was. Man, even to that song. And that ain't even a twerk song.
No,
like,
you get twerked on.
But you get twerked on to that. Grind on me, AJ Nunn, but a number, all that. All of that.
Oh, man.
Man, like this.
We about to veer off.
Yeah, we veer off.
We about to veer off. I can
My
see
bad,
we're
my
missing
bad,
out.
my
I
bad.
can see we're
I'm
missing
sorry.
out.
Because I was definitely about to go deep back into the confines of
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
But,
yeah, let's bring it back.
But that just goes back into what does a dollar really cost or whatever, because at the end of the day, like he's saying, like, do I choose this work or I choose spending this time with you? That's what it all boils down to. How much of your time is worth you giving up to do what you love or be or pour into something that's of value to you?
Yeah.
And I know I found myself in those holes to where I was like, man, I gotta get this position, make more money. I gotta get another position, make even more money in that position I was making or whatever. And I got so consumed and making the money that it took me away from what was going on at home.
Yeah.
And you know, you just really gotta be careful with that because you know you put all this time into I need.
Yeah.
You lose focus of what you really know what's really needed of you.
Mm-hmm.
And you know that's the big thing as far as the big caveat of this topic is, hey, you know, you can't be paying for unknowns. If that makes sense.
Gotcha.
You can't be paying for unknowns. You can't be paying to have stuff fill space. They don't need to be there.
Yeah.
If it's not relevant, it doesn't need to stay.
Facts.
You know, so.
Interesting thing, you know, you said with you know, getting these promotions and things like that. Indirectly, you're building more faces that's going to be around you because some way they're going to know that you're okay. You've reached this different levels of, you know, status now.
Right.
You know, more money, more notoriety, more power moves, and you know, indirectly, those people are going to want to be where you are, not necessarily for your own good either. You know, they're just there. You know, they're just there to be a face. They're just an extra. You know, in your current movie right now.
Right.
You know, so a lot of people got to be real careful with that as well, especially you know, paying for your friends because now they know you this supervisor guy or whatever. You know, y'all been hanging out. You know, if you're both right. You know,
seeing my face,
seeing your face. Yep, y'all both start off at same positions. You know, and then you just happen to move up the ladder a little bit. Now they know. Oh yeah, you getting that bag now. Okay. Yeah. So now the next time we go to this bar, you know, now that I don't have it, I can be able to get 2 drinks and this plate, you know, and this food.
I can eat.
Yeah, I can eat and drink at the same time now, not just drink.
Right.
You know, or you know, just or just something similar to that. You know, a lot of more. You'll be soliciting more of your time and the things that you've worked for people, for unknowns, like you say, you know, for the unknowns in your life,
right?
That don't belong in your life, that just have to intrude into what you got going on. The movie Juice. If you guys seen, you know, the promo for it, you know, we've had the he put the Juice picture on there. If y'all seen the movie, got Omar Epps, you know, Tupac is in the movie too. Personally, my top 5 hood movies, you know, growing up.
Classic.
Yeah, classic movie. All 4 of those guys were friends. You know, growing up in New York, you know, they've seen violence. You know, they've been around violence. They've been a part of violence. You've had this one guy, you know, Tupac's character, that feels as though the only way we're gonna get respect is, you know, to commit crimes. You know, put fear into people. And it wasn't, you know, at first it was talking of, you know, that was he was just talking a good game up until somehow they had access to a gun, you know, to a pistol. I would represent that gun as an intrusion because these were just 4 kids going to school. They had no business, you know, seeing the gun, let alone holding one. You know, and, you know, being foolish with it, pointed at each other and stuff like that while it's loading and things like that. I represent that gun as an intrusion. And then Tupac's character was, you know, heavily influenced because he was attracted to the power of holding it.
That's what it was, power.
Yeah, just the power of holding it. It's like, now, okay, I have this gun. Now people fear me. I have power because I can take somebody out at any time. You know, and I feel bad about it. You know, that's the fear. That's the fear of what people have, and that's what I want. It got to the point where he got lost into it. Even started, you know, he killed one of his friends. You know, well, first it was doing a robbery, plan of course was to not kill anybody, just get in and out, get the money or whatever. But then Tupac, Bishop, Bishop, killed the cashier. Another guy that he killed, there was actually a gang that they kept getting bullied by. Now this one, I'm not for it, but I guess I'm not against it. The only thing I'm against how he did it. That's the only thing I'm against, because he was getting jumped, but then the police came and everybody scattered. He didn't have to chase down Rodamez, and he didn't have to chase him down and then gun him down. He didn't have to, and then that famous line, Riverside motherfucker, he didn't have to do that, but of course those were one of the gangs that, kept abusing them, and, disrespecting them. And he felt man, his ego got to him, and he started killing his friends, his homies, putting them in danger and things like that. And then I guess, to bring it back with, paying for your friends, because like I said, it's a lot deeper than monetary value. You're willing to lose friends, just for your own personal gain.
Right.
These have been your homies since day one. It all changes because now you feel as though you're disrespected, but now you have something that gives you power that maybe you may feel will give others power as well, but they're thinking differently because y'all ain't grow up like that. Right. That wasn't y'all MO growing up, and people look at you differently, of course, and you just, that's how you've already lost your valuable time with the people that you that you loved and that you admired, all because of one intrusion or one unknown.
Right.
So that was kind of I think I stayed on topic with that. I hope I wasn't ranting.
No. Because if y'all see it in my promos, there's certain pictures that I pick for a reason. There's certain, images I put out there for a reason to connect to the actual topic. So, a lot of what he said is factual because, they started out just hustling, just doing, small time stuff. And it wasn't until they got that gun and until Bishop started doing what he was doing or whatever, where they started getting the respect and notoriety and all that, until the end, Omar Epps' character, he ended up taking him out, and now he had the juice. And but it was something. But if you ever seen the movie, in the movie, he didn't want that. He didn't want that notoriety. He didn't want to be that guy, and everybody's like, oh yeah, he's the baddest one now. Like, nah, he didn't want that because he was fine with what he had, and he had lost so much just to stop his friend from getting to where he got. Yeah. But that's just all what it's about though, because even when Bishop's character was told around the gun, he still was trying to fear people, but he was also trying to intimidate his friends, make them stay around him because he had that power on him. And that was just, the whole thing about that whole movie or whatever. It was like you're trying to keep people around you that don't want to be around you, and and you're steady trying to climb and get to this point in your life or whatever, and it's just not conducive to you or anyone else around you. And back to your point as far as working and promotions and things of that nature, school prepared people for life because being in the workforce is nothing but being in school. It's nothing but trying to get to a certain level, whatever, to where people see you and see what you're doing or whatever. Now, granted, some people are fine with it. That's good, but you have some people that want to elevate. Yeah. So the position I'm currently in now, I was a technician. Now I'm scheduling things or whatever, and now all of a sudden I'm starting to get LinkedIn friend requests from people I used to see all the time, but now they actually see me, out here because of the promotion I'm in and things that I'm doing, and now I'm being seen. Now people are talking to me or whatever. But I didn't ask for that. I didn't want that. I just simply moved up, and then boom, it started coming in or whatever. But to bring it all home, because I think we touched on some good things with this topic. Yeah. To bring it on home, you just can't pay for love. Love and let's see. You can't pay for love and popularity or whatever. It's gonna be something that's unattainable. If you're not fine with what you have, you'll never be able to appreciate what you what you don't. So I mean that's what the topic is all about. You know, you just can't pay for people to be there and you give them everything that you have or whatever, not getting anything in return. You know, friendships, relationships are all about give and take.
Yep.
You know, if you're the one putting everything into it, it's never going to prosper. It's never going to be something real. So therefore, are you paying for it? Are you paying for that time? Are you paying for that affection? Are you paying for that love?
Yeah.
You can't continue doing that to yourself, whatever. You got to establish what it is that you're willing to give into, what you're willing to put your money into, what you're willing to put your love into.
Yeah.
And that's what this topic was all about. You know, like I said, unfortunately, we didn't have a whole cast tonight or whatever, but we understand things happen or whatever. But you know, the whole thing, I don't, you know, I'm not forcing anyone to be here or anything like that. You want to be here, you want to be here. I'm not paying for your time. If it's something you want to give to me, then cool. I appreciate that, and I reciprocate that, and I give it back to you. So at the end of the day, you know, I'm good with the topic. Are you?
Oh yeah, I'm good with it. I think like I said, we covered a pretty good basis of it. Yep. Like I said, try your best not to give energies to the unknowns. That's it.
All right. So I think we're good on that, man. To end this off, you know, like I said, unfortunately we're missing people, but it's all good. You got 2 stars here, two you know, mighty halves of the corner. So you know we're here.
We do our best.
So at the end of the day, man, this has been another episode of The Corner, man. This is episode 28.
Yes.
You pay for your friends. Do you?
Do you?
Do you? Like, I wish I had that music in the background, like, doom, doom. Like, oh, so that's what you doing? You just paying for your friends? That's what we do now? We ain't just living life, we ain't just making meaningful connections?
Meaningful connections. What? Meaningful connections.
Oh, boy.
I feel it. Yep, absolutely. I got you.
Oh, man. So to end it off, man, I am K1, and this is
Mac.
This has been another episode of The Corner, episode 28. Do you pay for your friends? Go ahead and say your line, dog.
No, not yet. I was going to say, you know, we're almost done with season 3.
Yes.
We got 2 more episodes left. You know, season 4 pending. You know, we gonna think about it. But you know, seriously, we would, you know, we 3 seasons deep. You know, we've talked about a lot of good stuff. Sometimes we might run out of topics. You know, we run out of a lot of things to talk about sometimes. You know, but with that being said, don't hesitate to you know, reach out to us.
Facts. On
things that you want to hear, or if you want to be a part of the cast. You know, we're open to anybody that's, you know, that wants to say anything or even want to show up. You know, speak their piece on things that we talk about or weigh in, put their 2 cents in, and things like that. We're open. So just hit us up. Hit us up on Facebook. You know, we're not hard to find. You know, you can find us on our first name, last name basis.
Yes.
You know, we ain't got no funny underscores and none of that stuff. Like, no,
on my Instagram.
Except for Instagram, maybe. But, you know, on Facebook, you know, you can find us on the first name, last name basis.
Right.
You know, reach out to us. You know, topics that you want to be heard, talked about, or, you know, if you want to come up here and chop it up with us, you know, we'd be happy to have you here.
Because actually, my cousin got a good topic. I'm trying to figure out how to gauge it, but it's gonna be called. I don't know when we're gonna do it.
Okay.
But it's gonna be on police brutality, and as of late, it's been a hot topic. But pushing past that, you know, like Matt was saying, we're not hard to reach. You know, you can find us on the Corner page on Facebook. You know, you can reach out to me on Facebook, reach out to Matt, Anthony. So we're all on Facebook or whatever.
Yep.
And, you know, like Matt said, we're not hard to find or whatever. Because, I mean, you'd be surprised. A lot of guests that we have on this show, I don't openly invite. Like, some people, I do reach out to, like, hey, you want to be a part of the show, blah, blah, blah. But some people, you know, watch enough of our show or hear enough about us and like, hey, I want to come on the show. Hey, you know, when you got to open up for me, come on the show. Like, hey, it's nothing to it, man. You want it, we pencil you in and we get you in here or whatever. Because we like to have guests. We like to have different opinions and see what other people are thinking about as far as, whatever topic, we're talking about, that night or whatever have you. So we're definitely open to it, man. It gives us more fuel on the fire to keep going with this thing.
And it's free.
Did you know it's free to subscribe?
Free.
I don't know if a lot of people know that it's free.
I don't think so.
I don't think so. It's free for you to go to my YouTube page at K1 Bigby and subscribe. You'd be surprised how easy that is. And you know what? Just as a tip, you can like for free. Did you know that? You can like for free.
You can like.
That's why. That's wow.
Uncle Soul was.
That's hey. That is wild. That's something you can do. That's something you can do to help build the corner, because we're nothing without our audience base, man. We don't get these likes, we don't get these subscriptions, we don't get these views. We can't bring y'all any content. So definitely keep up with us, man. Whatever we're doing and things of that nature. We got the main show, The Corner. We got the corner stories. We got the corner interviews. We got so much different content going on, man. And, we just trying to get out there to the people because we feel like we got something good enough to give out, to the world. But
absolutely,
like I said, to end off, man, like I said, man, I'm K1. This is,
and I'm Mac.
Been another episode of The Corner, man. Thank y'all for joining. Thank you for viewing. Thank you for liking and subscribing. I love y'all. Peace.
And as always, cover your six. For my civilian folks, watch your back.
All right, y'all. Y'all have a good one. Good night. Peace.
Yeah.
Well, you really didn't. Too much playing, man. Bought me and the family some pajamas, and they're not matching pajamas, Anthony, but they are pajamas. We're gonna be pajamaed up as a family. But I got